Hello and welcome back to the Chromecast at the Rising Moon. My name is Elaine, and on this channel I do yes and no tarot, I do pick a card readings, I do active magic, candle magic tarot, I do the Spirit Guide monthly live every last Friday of the month, and I hope you're able to join me. Today I have a pick a card reading for you. When will this end? I don't know what this question is going to be about for each reader. Each pile has a bunch of oracle cards. We're going to draw some tarot cards as well to see about the past, the present, and the future. We're trying to find out what the situation you're asking about, when will it end, and potentially what do you need to do to bring it to a close. I have 4 piles in a pick a card presentation. Take a moment and concentrate, see which one calls out to you. That is going to be the message that you're most meant to receive. I ask that you don't pick my piles by, I always pick numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4. I ask that you stop, take a moment, see which one really calls out to you. That is the message that you're most meant to receive. Hello and welcome back. If you chose pile number 1, then this is your reading. Hey, before I get started, please don't forget to subscribe. If you hit that thumbs up button, it helps my channel as well. And if you want to book me for a private reading, remember there is always a link to my website in the description box down below, and I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Okay, so the Celestial Tarot is going to be bringing you a spread with 3 cards about the past, 3 cards about the present, and 3 cards about the future. But let's get started with kind of these clarifying oracle reads. I don't know what this situation is about, but you're asking about when a particular situation will end. All right, we have this card is Moose, Wisdom. Let your head and mind reach to the stars, yet keep your feet grounded on the earth. Listen to the ancient wisdom in your soul. The ancestors speak through you. You know much. Apparently there's a lesson that you needed to learn. It could have been a karmic lesson. By the way, please don't resent that, because it can be so difficult when you're asking about when a situation is going to end. Usually it's because it's like, oh, please let this be over. Karmic lessons are not bad, and things come in seasons and cycles. If you've been in a difficult season for a while, know that that means that things are going to change. We don't just remain in the same energy throughout our life. We want easy lives, but we don't learn a lot from them, and lessons just keep coming to us. So whatever you're going through right now is a lesson to add to your life skills, to your life experience, potentially to help bring you the things that are actually meant for you and will actually make you happy. I have book, oh my goodness, yet another card of learning. So the situation that you're in is trying to teach you something, and potentially it could end when the lesson is learned. Success. Could be fueling your potential success in a material sense. It could be about fueling it in an emotional sense. Let's keep going. It is, the lesson was to help you succeed more in life, and this end will end when you have learned the lesson. We're going to try and find out what the lesson was about. Moon, changes in your life, yay. And Elephant, a long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. Holy crow. So listen, I never look at these cards beforehand. And so there's a little bit of a theme here. Clearly you're being taught a lesson. It's not a punishment. It's never a punishment. This whole life experience is a great big opportunity to learn. And as much as we want easy lives, that's how much our higher self is like. But you know what? We need to be challenged. We need adversity. We come out on the other side of it more in touch with our power, more in touch with what will make us happy, more confident, and knowing who we are. And then I have, what do we have here? Marriage. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Apparently, you had a lesson to learn about what your true worth was to have more successful relationships, and there are changes coming to you. The reason it's been taking so effing long is that it's just a difficult lesson to learn, because it has to do with understanding our true worth. Most of the time in romantic relationships, without realizing it, we're seeking validation to try and heal the wounds from our formative experience, our childhood wounds, our inner child. It's also referred to as shadow work. I also use it simply as formative damage. Let's see if the tarot cards bear this out. So far, it is looking like you will learn this will end when you have learned the lesson about what is truly going to serve you in a personal relationship. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. What do we have for pile number 1? All right, Seven of Cups in reverse. That's the past. We're going to get 3 for each. Can I get 2 more cards? What's the past of this situation for pile number 1? I need to know what that lesson is so that they can learn it and move on. Have this situation end. 2 more times. 1 and 2. All right. All right. The past of the situation. Okay. Well, the Seven of Cups in reverse is about, basically, sometimes it's the end of dreams. Sometimes it is you thought you had everything available to you, but when the reality settles in, it's not quite what you thought it was. It can be a card of disillusionment because it's a card of illusion and fantasy in reverse like that, and I do read reversals quite obviously. In reverse like that, it can be disillusionment. The Three of Cups in the upright is about friendship, reunion. It's a wonderful energy of joining with others, and the Prince of Cups in the upright. It is, the past looks good. It's like the past of this was a happy situation in which you thought you had everything that was good and right and happy. And I have a feeling we're headed into rough waters here. We are. Hanged Man in reverse. This is gaining a new perspective on things. It's things being made clear with the Eight of Wands in the upright. Okay. And then I have the Five of Wands in reverse. It's giving up a struggle sometimes. All right, so let's talk about the past and the present before we move on to the 3 from the future. And I'll be drawing it from this pile that I already shuffled. Okay, so you lost something with that Hanged Man in reversed energy. That is the sacrifice of something, releasing something, unburdening yourself, learning new lessons, gaining new perspectives. The Eight of Wands in the upright is sometimes a card of moving. It can be travel. It's communication as well. With the Five of Wands in reverse is sometimes giving up a struggle. It looks to me like there may have been a relationship that kind of constituted everything for you. It did make you happy at a different point in your life. And I think because seasons do change. Sometimes someone who's wonderful for us, we outgrow them or they us, or it's time for us to go on our way. Let's see what the future holds, because it could be a case of learning some lessons and coming back together, or it could be a case of learning some lessons and letting go. But you already had the Marriage card. And this is, again, swift movement. It's communication. It can be travel overseas as well. I have the Four of Cups in the upright, the Three of Wands in the upright, and then I have the Prince of Swords in reverse. Okay, this is an ever so slightly difficult energy. What the future holds, what the lesson is that you need to have more in your life with this Three of Wands. That's that ship coming in energy. It is receiving more. The Four of Cups has been, things have been happening behind the scenes, trying to reestablish yourself. This is not a particularly traumatic reading, but there were things that you weren't really aware of with this Page of Swords in reverse, and you're being asked to remember to kind of always don't assume that you know things in a relationship any longer. That Three of Cups energy and that Three of Wands energy, they're both in the upright, so I don't think this involved a third party, but it does look as if there came a point in your relationship where things stopped being, I think you tried to cling to a past energy. And is that completely normal? Oh my gosh, it's so normal. It's hard to recognize when perhaps something's season has changed irrevocably. I want to see what's going on here. Are they being advised? Are they repairing a marriage? Looking for greater clarity, more communication, and truth? I do not get the sense that you were lied to as much as maybe you were trying to hide from a truth that was becoming more and more apparent. That Page of Swords energy in reverse is often a card of research, of allowing information to come to you. In the future, what you're being asked to do is concentrate more on exterior sources for happiness. It looks like maybe you put a tiny bit too much weight on your relationship to constitute almost everything to you. And that's not your fault. We're very much primed to believe that our partner is always supposed to be there by our side, doing absolutely everything with us, fueling our own success, etc., etc. And truthfully, we're meant to be doing that. Our success is our own. Our path is our own. The lessons we're meant to learn are our own as well. Changes in your life. Can I get some clarity on and when is this ending? Do we have any idea? We have teacher, letting go. Yeah. Ooh, okay. See, whenever I do these readings, I know that there's a possibility that I'm going to start stumbling across cards that like maybe aren't super welcome. The lessons that you have learned are about letting go of things when they are, sometimes it's not necessary to stay to the bitter end, is I guess what I'm trying to get to here. Are you being told you have to let go to have this end? I'm not sure. Family, friends, and guides, and I want one more on this. Increase. Okay. You have more coming to you in your relationships with others. You have success that is increasing. You have learned some lessons. You might have put too much weight on a relationship in the past to have it thrive. Things break under pressure. Things break under pressure, and it looks to me like it was almost like a mutual thing where the other person may have sincerely, like they relied on you as well. It does not have, I'm not getting the codependency card with this, but what I am getting is that you stopped learning the lessons in life because you were focusing, you were trying to make a pairing the point. And you weren't still doing your own work, your own, like maintaining your own identity, maintaining your own friendships, maintaining your own pursuits. It could be a form of codependency here with moderation. Okay. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthfully. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Yeah. Moderation is, of course, that's a form of temperance. That's also, again, not putting too much, not putting everything in one area of your life. It is, you're not being scolded. You're not being scolded. And I know it can feel that way. Because particularly when, one of the things that can drive me crazy in the tarot card reading community is when people say, well, you have to love yourself first. And then they don't explain what the heck that means. And so the poor person hearing that, who could be in amazing amounts of pain, just feels like they're then being criticized for not doing something right. And that is not what that means. What it means is when you tell yourself all of the things that you will tell anybody else, that you're good, you're special, you're pretty, you're smart, you can succeed. When you encourage yourself, when you are the cheerleader in your own head versus the critic in your own head, and we will always have things we're trying to improve on. Perfection is not the goal here, but you are enough as you are, and part of our life's lesson, part of the things that we're trying to be asked to learn is to continue to grow and to succeed, and not to let our faults define us, but also to be working on them throughout the course of our lives, to learn more, to try and not carry those things forward into our next lifetimes if we even need to have them. And that, what you kind of lost the plot on learning your own lessons. And you might have focused just a little bit too much on the importance of a pairing or a romantic relationship. And here's the thing, I'm not getting that it's terrible. Like, I have a feeling that whatever this relationship that you're kind of being asked to let go of, is teacher and letting go, you've learned the lessons and you're trying to let go of this past influence. You'll be experiencing increase. And I want to try and pin down a timing card as well. Can I get anything here, please? Can I get any kind of information? 1 and 2 and 3. You could still be in this relationship. Inner life, your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. Okay, so one of the things that you needed to learn, the lesson that you're being asked to learn, is about essentially being your own cheerleader. Knowing how to speak to yourself in a way that is helpful, knowing how to speak to yourself in a way that is supportive of your goals. You may have grown up around somebody who was hypercritical, and so they criticized everything that you did. And instead of and that was a phase in parenting, quite frankly, and honest to goodness, Now, my mother is a narcissist, so it kind of doesn't count, but she to this day, I have no contact with her any longer, but she to this day thinks that it is her place to give people their home truths, which is just her passing judgment on them. And sometimes people are coming from a really good place and sometimes they are not. Do not just berate yourself. If you've done something wrong, examine it. If you've made a mistake, examine it, but not with judgment, not with like, I'm so stupid I did that, I can't believe I'm so weak I did that. It is more, I wonder what led me to do that. And as you are kind to yourself, as you try to view this entire life as a process from which you are learning, you will have a better relationship with yourself. And when you have a better relationship with yourself, your exterior relationships benefit as well. And that is what love yourself first means. Is be kind to yourself, encourage yourself. It has nothing to do with you have to be single until you've achieved this perfect state of like self-actualization, self-acceptance, and self-love. It just means if you treat yourself lovingly, then that is what you will expect from others as well. All right, I have a past life relationship. You have known each other before. This could be a soul that you have encountered in other lifetimes. I can't tell if this is the person that you're letting go of or the person you're moving towards, or if they're one and the same. I want one more card, please. And two. We're going to get a magical messages from Fairies Oracle to see, because it has timing cards, codependency. I was wondering, okay, what you're being asked to learn is just self-actualization, wisdom about understanding that codependency again and again and again will never be, has never been an insult. It just is not. It is, we're primed for it in a society, and it's mostly patriarchal societies that try to tell women in particular, I'm not trying to be gendered, but unfortunately it tends to be women, that they need a partner in order to be validated, to believe in themselves, and to think I am worthy. We don't. Nobody does. This is not a gendered issue. If you walk through this entire life alone and solo, that does not mean that you are less valuable or more valuable than somebody who has been married since they were like right out of high school. It just means that you need to know that your journey is yours, that your lessons are yours, your power is yours, and somebody can stand by your side and be your biggest cheerleader and your greatest supporter, but they can't do it for you. And that's what codependency is like kind of expecting that somebody else will take care of certain aspects of our lives. And you are being asked to release that, let go of codependency, and apparently you will have the marriage card is about a true pairing coming in for you. Love life. Yep, here we go. The basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is changing for the better. How close are you to having this end? Well, honest to goodness, I would say that it's, I'm going to check one card. It's soon. It's soon. I would put this within a 60-day time period, if that long. And the reason I'm saying that is the Eight of Wands is in your present, which is swift progress forward, bringing you to a state of peace and realization. And that is in the present. You've already done the work. And what's coming in is a period of, you're not going to be super, super happy with it because not a ton seems to be happening. And I think what you believed, and it is the last vestige of codependency in your life, is, okay, if I heal that, if I'm doing my own thing, if I have my own interests, if I have my own friends, I get a human again, right? Yes, that is absolutely true. But please don't concentrate on learning your lessons in order to get that person, because that's still codependency. Just try to be peaceful in your life. This Four of Cups energy with the Three of Cups energy and then the Prince of Swords in reverse. The Princess of Swords in reverse. You're not going to be told a lot because you like a lot of answers. You like all the answers. It is part of your codependency. It is a form of, I'm not going to say addiction, but it is a form of compulsion to seek safety. That's what codependent people are sometimes doing, is seeking the safety of another person so that they don't feel like they're facing everything alone. Your success is coming in, changes in your life are essentially imminent. I think 60 days is a very, like, I would be surprised if it takes that long. But I think you're watching this reading in part because, oh my God, have you leaned in on learning all of this, and you're pressing forward as hard as you can in as many ways as you can, and it has not yielded what you're hoping for yet. And it is partially because we can't try and accomplish healing so we can get the thing that we're trying to heal from. And your relationship to relationships, you sacrifice self to your relationships. And that is the lesson that you're being asked to learn, is you have all the love in the world and potentially like a real partnership, a real long-term commitment coming in. Is it with the same person? I don't get that sense. I don't get that sense. I get the sense that you got the letting go card from the quantum oracle because you have increased its imminent. But teacher and then letting go. Let go of your need to know the outcomes as well, because whether or not you realize it, it is part of a codependent energy that has you seeking answers. I'm not going to say obsessively because I really don't think that you do, but the problem becomes that you've done some of your work trying to get to your next relationship versus doing your work because, hey, it's your work to do. And that is not scolding, that is not criticism. It's just asking you to do this ever so slight adjustment in your thinking around the work that you're being asked to do, the healing that you're being asked to accomplish. It is not so that you can get your next person, although it's a little bit funky because quite clearly it helps your next person is coming on in. And if you're asking about an existing relationship that like it didn't go a little bit south and turn into a codependent thing, I don't think this pile is for you. It might be a different pile. This one is about letting go of a relationship that you blinded yourself to. And that, again, none of this is a criticism. It's so natural, it's so normal that you weren't seeing the ways in which it changed as it changed, and it stopped serving you. And it might have served you quite well at the very beginning, but towards the end it was limiting. Codependency in its least damaging form is simply limiting. And that's what you're being asked to release, is the idea that you've done all this work so you can get your next person. Realistically, we are our own person. We are always going to be our own person first and foremost. Everybody else is like, and people come and go and they're meant to. Let go of this past relationship. You're not going to repeat it, and you have apparently something coming in fairly soon as you are able to release the last vestiges of codependency. And it is not about because I can practically feel the frustration building. Oh my God, I've done this, I've done that, I have passions, I have pursuits, I'm pursuing my own success, I'm doing all of the work. All you need is a very slight adjustment in the attitude of why. That's all. That's all. That's the lesson you're being asked to learn, is that I didn't do this so that I could have a better relationship. I did this, I learned these lessons so that I could be the best version of me, complete my purpose, walk my path, learn my lessons. And I sure hope that somebody who's going to be fun to hang out with shows up darn soon, but it will not alter my path, my purpose, my lessons, or my success. And that's the only thing that you need to accomplish. And as soon as you're able to wrap your head around that, truly believe it, truly have it be a part of your relationship dynamics going forward, and it's just an attitude adjustment. And I, honest to goodness, wouldn't put this more than 2 months into the future. Just start repeating that to yourself. My first relationship, my primary relationship will always be to self, and all else will follow. My first relationship will always be to self, and all else will follow. Say it one more time. My first relationship will always be to self, and all else will follow. Repeat that affirmation. It should start wearing that groove into your energetic signature, and then apparently you find your next person when your attitude about finding a person is like, first I found me, and I'm going to keep me no matter what. Take care, be well. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below, and I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Take care. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. We have a bunch of oracle cards to try and clarify the situation to see what it is you're hoping will end. and what will bring it to an end. And I'm hopeful that I will get time frames I did for the first group. We're going to find out what this is hopefully about soon. We'll draw some more oracle cards, and I'm going to do a past, present, and future draw with 9 cards from the Light Seers deck. Let us get going here. Okay, your first oracle card is Ladybug. Good luck. You are a bright energy. Let worry go and be happy here and now. Feel good about being a loving and colorful you. You bless the world with color and good luck. I have a feeling it is once you are able to address anxiety concerns. All right. Yep, Scythe, which is cutting things out of your life. It is sometimes paving a path through things. It is like slicing through to the truth sometimes as well. All right. I have Purity. Yep, that is leaving things behind that aren't serving you as well. Purity is about intent. It is about clearing your energy. It's also about alignment. I have Arrow. You are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. You probably had to adhere to your life's purpose before whatever it is we're hoping will change can change. And I wonder if it's going to be about money here. Parrot, someone will gossip about all your secrets. This is important to remember. Not everybody is super duper trustworthy. Love. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. This is what a wonderful energy. All right, not sure what you're asking about. When will this end? And I wonder if we're asking about having love. You are already being warned about not trusting others too much. Make sure that you know that. This is incisive thinking as well. And purity of intent. You may have great intent, but remember, not everybody does. Let's get going here and see if we can learn more about it. That the very first card had to do with worry. And worry, you'll hear it over and over again, worry is a wasted emotion. It genuinely is, because it doesn't do anything. Intuition and anxiety are not the same thing. And I'm always trying to teach people the difference between intuition and anxiety. Intuition will give you surety, it will give you certainty, it will guide you, even when it's telling you something that's freaking you out, like, oh my God, don't go down that alley, you're gonna die. You will just simply avoid the alley. Anxiety frightens you with bringing up scenario after scenario. And what am I going to do if this happens? What am I going to do if that happens? That is a root chakra issue. Always remember, your intuition will give you assurance about what you should do. And your anxiety will scare you. And they are not the same thing. And you can usually tell because your intuition kicks in first and your anxiety kicks in, which is a security issue, afterwards. So you may be honing your ability to have intuitive powers. All right, here we go. We have the Knight of Wands in the past, with the Lovers in the past, and the Knight of Swords in the past as well. Boy, it looks like you were making really good progress on something in the past. The Lovers in reverse is about becoming whole within. It's about choices. This is the Gemini card as well. This is air sign energy. This is going to be fire sign energy. Keep in mind, I'm not really going to call out astrological implications here. And the reason being is I'm an intuitive and an empathic reader, and astrology is wonderful, but that is not the basis from which I read. And I usually only call it out when there is a figure attached to it. Here we go. Let's go 2 more times for the current situation. The Sun, you're healing. Okay, 2 more times, please. 1 and 2. The Sun is also the start of new cycles with the Star in reverse. Okay, and 1 more card, please. The Fool in reverse. Okay. You're still battling a little bit of a depressive energy. You've been trying to heal. You're trying to overcome. You've been doing a really good job, and this has been going on for long enough that even the past, which this is going to reflect about the last year to 18 months, even the past is showing progress, this ability to try and come together within to be your most powerful self. You're still struggling with keeping your third eye open. It is because anxiety keeps coming in and disrupting things. And when is this going to end? I think you have new starts coming to you, but let's get the 3 cards for what's coming up. What's the future looking like here? 1 and 2, and we're going to go on 3, and this is 3. All right. So you're trying to hone your intuition, trying to hone your psychic eye and your ability to see with the Star card in reverse. This, by the way, can be the Aquarius card. You're doing so well with it. Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. With the Hanged Man in the upright. And I have the Five of Wands in the upright. And if I didn't do this with any other group, but this card came out with this. And this, by the way, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse for me means anxiety. In the upright, literally when you come to a peaceful state, when you take a new perspective, apparently on your security. Because that's what's going on here. You're very money focused, and not in a greedy way, in an anxious way. You have been trying to, you're on the right path. I think your trust is deeply, deeply damaged. Try to be peaceful. You are on the right path and you're protected. You have very good intent in what you do. And when are things changing? As soon as you allow that to be what you're focusing on. That you're doing what you're asked to be doing. And something like, whatever this was that caused you to doubt, someone will gossip about all your secrets. Don't allow what others think of you to matter. Like, you don't have any control over it. Like, I'd be like, excuse me, but screw them. Like, and I'm not that, and I say that in an all compassionate, all loving way, but genuinely, I'm joking around a little bit, but sincerely, don't care what other people think about you. Care what you think about yourself. You know your intent. You know who you are. You know what you're trying to do. And if someone has misconstrued that, it's usually from their own agenda, their own motivations, and their own inner world. Don't take responsibility for the crappy things that people think. It's about what's going on with them. Just keep going forward. And this 10th card came out because this is security. This is the earth sign energy of Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. But it is about, you are far more secure than it's your confidence. When you have reestablished your confidence in yourself, you will be able to apparently have love in your life again if you don't, or have that self-love. You're doing things from such a good place. Why do you doubt that things aren't going to work out? This will end when you release your doubt. It's ending anyway. But the reason that you're here is like, you think something's ongoing, and I kind of don't think it is. I think that you want to kind of soothe your anxiety. You want things to happen very quickly with this Knight of Swords energy. And in the past, like it's fits and starts. Like it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, over and over again, because you've been healing something for quite a long time. I have inner integration. There is peace, equilibrium, and fulfillment in integrating the inner wild with the taming and tempering effect life has on us. Listen, self-integration, that's that Lover's card in reverse as well, is difficult to achieve. It can be difficult because it has to do with resolving our formative wounds, and we all have them. It has to do with resolving inner child difficulties, inner child challenges, and allowing ourselves to no longer be defined by what has happened to us, but rather to learn the lessons from what has happened to us to fuel our strength and our power and our path going forward. You're on the right path. Be careful. Be careful with who you're talking to about what you're doing and what your path is. You apparently have a very pure and good heart, and you don't perceive dark motives very easily in others. And I don't have a sinister figure here, but if you're able to approach people with, like, I am pleasant to you, I am courteous to you, I extend universal love and compassion to you, but I also don't just automatically believe that you're this wonderful human being until I know you a little bit better. You like things to happen so quickly because it soothes anxiety, and it has caused some problems in the past. I have finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source, and then I have voyage of the heart, love flows through you and to you. Here's what I think is going on, pile number 2. I think you're asking about your financial insecurity. And you're being told that, you know, if you're purity of intent, you're on your purposeful path, everything is like you have good luck. The only thing that you're thinking about is you want things rapidly. You want things rapidly. And I'm not getting impatience card here. I'm getting cards around feeling insecure, because I think you might have had like just a very difficult period of your life in which feeling insecure was an accurate reflection of what was going on around you. Remember, you're the person with the power now, and you are working within a purposeful energy. Moon energy. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow in life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. This card literally means peace of mind. It is no longer fighting, no longer struggling. When will things end? Oh, goody, goody, goody. I'm sure this is going to be a popular one. When you surrender. What in the world does surrender mean? Because for people who have had to overcome, surrender sounds counterintuitive. It sounds like, well, there's no, like, if I had surrendered at any point in my life, I would be dead. Surrender is not lying down and not doing anything and saying the divine will provide. It will bring me exactly what I need, and I only need to hang out and wait for the UPS packages from the divine to arrive. Surrender means I continue to put in effort in all of the ways I feel guided to, and I surrender to the fact that if something isn't working out, there's a reason for that. I surrender to the ebb and the flow of life. If I'm in a downturn cycle, it means that I'm coming up on an upturn cycle. Things change as long as I have purity of intent and I am trying to live in my purpose. Have love for absolutely everyone and absolutely everything. And that can sound very, very challenging because some people don't seem all that lovable. And you can really, honest to goodness, simply try to have compassion for them, even if you don't agree with them. Try to think about what circumstances might have made somebody hateful or angry or just at counter purposes to their own good at all times. Instead of judging that and being like, hey, what an idiot, try to remember, how much pain must that person be in? How much pain must they be in to lash out at others like that? And to simply have compassion for the fact that they're acting from a place of difficulty. Often that is what people are honestly doing. I've get some exercise. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. Please remember, exercise is one of the best tools against anxiety. It creates endorphins. It also keeps us very fit, and having a good cardiovascular system is also a friend to anti-anxiety medication or anti-anxiety movements. I have an anxiety disorder. I do not medicate it, but I do work out, and weightlifting is very, very important. It helps, it just kind of grounds you. It is a grounding exercise, which also clears out your root chakra. So when will this end? Again, it's within your grasp. It's within your power. Can you simply surrender and simply trust and say, listen, I don't get what's going on with this timing, but I believe that everything that is meant for me is coming to me, and that things happen purposefully. And if I've had to let go of things, it's because they weren't meant for me. If I've had things that didn't work out, it's because that was not the thing that was meant to work out. If all you're being asked to do here is to release your anxiety, because you don't realize that your anxiety is actually doubt. That's what anxiety is. It is fear that you will not be able to find the answers that you need, not be able to overcome as you need, that the divine will not provide for you. If you are very consciously trying to be living in the energy of love, you are being a little bit cautioned about who you trust. And that's the only thing to remember, is that if other people aren't doing their work, then sometimes they're not the best people to have around. There may be some people who have proven that they don't really belong in your life. If they come knocking at your door again, take that under advisement. You can have them in your life, but please don't offer them your trust. Tiger Lily, security. Choose the safe harbor for now. Security is actually what's at the root of this. Insecurity is reflected here. If you can find a place of peace, knowing that I'm releasing worry, when does this situation end? I think you're asking when you will be financially secure, when you will no longer feel like you're under the gun. try to remember, this is the Queen of Pentacles. She is confident, she is secure, she has it all. You're actually your best ally. If you can really lean in on believing in you, that's when it will end. So when will things end is completely within your power, pile number 2. What I suggest is starting with some affirmations. If you just tell yourself over and over again, I trust me, I trust the divine, I trust that there is a point to all that we go through. I have trust and I have faith that I am on my path, and as long as I am living my path, I will be taken care of. Just keep repeating that to yourself until you know it, till you believe it, and it will happen. Your when will this end is simply a mindset shift. Surrendering to, I do not need to fight every single inch, every single day, every single minute of my life. All I need to do is ask to be helped, to be guided, and to believe that everything that happens to me is purposeful and there's a lesson for me to learn in it. Achievement. Enjoy the limelight. You've earned it. Although on the family front, someone's health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. Here's the thing. You're asking about when is something going to end. And I have a feeling it's not, if this, and by the way, if you're not asking about financial security and when will I have every reassurance that the future looks, I can breathe easy, when will I feel secure? That power is within you. And if you're not asking about that, then this, maybe a different pile for you, maybe a different reading. But that's what this one is about. And it's a very interesting answer to me because you're actually very blessed and you might not think of it that way. Surrender to the idea that you are on your purposeful path. And as long as you are on your purposeful path, you don't need to worry like this. You have good intent with that purity card. As long as you have good intent and are working towards your purpose, any setbacks are temporary. Just keep asking to receive. You just keep telling the divine, hey, listen, I need security to feel better. I need a relationship in my life so that I will feel love as well as give it. Keep telling the divine what you need. Approach everything with love. Approach yourself with love. And accept that if you are experiencing a financial difficulty at this particular moment in time, and that's the reason that you're visiting this reading today, the answer is within. Accept that worry is pointless. Just keep saying, I'll figure it out when I need to, because I am never alone. I always have support. And nothing truly bad and devastating will happen to me as long as I keep going towards learning the lessons from every obstacle that is put in my path, because that's what the obstacles are. And we can take them very, very personally. And people who are anxious when they have something that's making them feel better can, quite frankly, they hold on to it too tightly. Don't hold on to anything so tightly. Anything that leaves your life will be replaced by something else. Try to remember that your when will this end is completely within your power, and it's a shift in a mindset. Know that you are protected. Know that when you are trying to live a purposeful existence, and that does not have to do with a job. It has to do with a path that you are walking. People will come to me all the time and ask, hey, what's my life's purpose? And it is to accept that this is a lesson. This entire existence is a lesson. And as soon as you start doing that for every circumstance that crosses your path, don't say, oh, dear God, why did that have to happen? Although that's natural, and allow yourself that. Just release it as soon as you can and say, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? And things will pass so much more quickly. Look for the lesson. Believe that there is one. Trust in yourself and the divine, but watch who you're trusting with all of your information. There are people who have agendas and aren't doing their work, and you're being a little bit counseled around that, because I think you have such a pure heart that you have a tendency to trust deeply and absolutely, and it is okay to withhold. I'm not talking about approaching the world with mistrust. You're in fact being asked to approach the world with love. I'm not talking about not loving. What I am talking about is accepting that wait until somebody has proven who they are before you assume you know. Okay? All right, so when will this end? Group number 2, kind of an awesome answer. As soon as you shift your perspective. So it can be today. Take care, be well. If you want to book me for a private reading, there's a link to my website in the description box down below, and I'd love a chance to read for you in real life. Hello and welcome back. If you chose pile number 3, then this is your reading. So when will this end? We're going to be looking into some oracle cards. This is the Muse Tarot. It's going to be bringing us a predictive spread of the past and the present and the future of this particular situation. We're going to find out what you're asking about with your oracle cards here. We're probably going to draw some more as well before I get started. Please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. It really does help my channel. So let's get going here and take a look at what your oracle cards are. I have Puffin, partnership. We're going to try and find out what you're asking about. Apparently it's about partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. Okay. I don't know if you're working on a partnership or if you're asking about when one will come to you. Purification. Apparently there is something that you need to bring into alignment within yourself before this is possible. I have, okay, love, no, flowers, be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. And love, you could be being asked to concentrate on your own path there. With chair filled, someone new is entering your life, and lady, which is a card for respect, self-respect sometimes. True feelings. Within you is all you need to know. Okay. Well, it looks like you're asking about love and partnership and when you will be able to find a new human or potentially when things will work out with an existing human. But I've got a new relationship card there. So I'm not positive that we're asking about an existing situation. Let's go. This is the Muse Tarot. We're going to get 3 cards for the past, 3 cards for the present, and 3 cards for the future for pile number 3. Let's go, let's go. What's coming up here? When will this situation end? I'm not sure. It seems to be a difficulty in a relationship. It could be about new love. I don't think you're concentrating enough on your own stuff right now is what the first things that are coming out. Here we go. Let's go. 1 and 2, and we're going to go on 3. And 3. All right. When will this situation end? Ah! All right. Well, apparently, the Sun in the upright. I've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles in the upright. Got the Ace of Swords in reverse. New beginnings, back to back there. Okay. Well, in the past, apparently, there was this kind of flourishing energy. The Sun is very positive. At the beginning of a relationship, like it just felt like it was effortless. But then, and things worked quite well. Communication has faltered with, okay, there might, oh dear. The 3 of Wands in reverse can be about like having your interest drawn to something else. In a love relationship, it can be a third party being involved, but it can be about the choices that you need to make around the actions that you take. With the 7 of Wands in reverse, as a choose your battles type of energy, that is knowing when the struggle will not yield the results that you're hoping for. With the 9 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Death card in the upright, which can be a new beginning or it can be closure. It can be a Scorpio as well. With the 8 of Cups in reverse, which is a returning energy. Well, good. So I do have a new person entering your life, but to me it looks like even though in the short term there's a little bit of frustration around it, we have this rebirth energy with the Death card in the upright, and then we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. But kind of what is kind of coming through here is that focus on your own life, on your own self. If you're working on a partnership with somebody else, if you're asking when somebody's coming back, they're coming back. And it appears to be, hey, guess what? Yay, next month. One of the ways that I tell time is through, and everybody has a different relationship to their cards. This is a timeless reading, but the time frame will still hold true. And this is within a 4-week period, that your period for them coming back, for things being restored to a state of balance, of really having the love and respect that you're hoping for. It's in a Scorpio season, which is October 23rd to November 21st. But for the purposes of a timeless reading, today is September 24th. So things begin to change within a month. But the thing that you need to do in order to start bringing this energy into being is continue to communicate very clearly what your needs are within relationships, to yourself and to others. If you are asking, see, I've got this kind of, I think you feel very like I'm doing this by myself type of thing, but you're being asked to, success and emotional fulfillment are yours. Are you sure there isn't a business? Have you neglected your professional development in order to try and focus on a relationship? And don't do that, because we all have a purpose, we all have a path. And there is a vocation for all of us. Now, does it have to pay? No, of course not. Being a homemaker can be one of the most rewarding vocations that there is. However, if you have been living your life in support of another person, remember your real job is being in support of yourself. It looks to me like your relationship has defined what you've been doing. Express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And then I want one more card here, because this is a love pile. And your partnership, and I can't tell if it's a 3D partnership or if it's an energetic partnership, because I don't have good communication here in the present. And it has to do with your choices, but not focusing on that is apparently the thing that will bring you an answer that is satisfying. Let's get another romance angel just in case. Express your love isn't just about another person. It is your love for all things. It is your love of life. It is because you're being asked to put your energy out more towards others versus towards a love relationship. Work on your partnership. This is a good energy. What you're being asked to do is, when does this whole situation change? When does it end? When you reestablish a better relationship to self. It apparently brings your person back to, I think that they're caving from a pressure that they don't understand. They can't support themselves emotionally when they're concerned about supporting you at the level that they think that you need. And you could be this very unemotional person, but they don't, they know you better than that. Great adventure, take a risk, venture forward. I swear this is about business development. You're asking about love, but it is not, your focus is your relation. Okay, when does this end? When you stop hyper-focusing on your relationship. When you focus on, what's my purpose? What's my path? What am I supposed to do outside of this relationship? When it stops being the thing that you're hyper-vigilant about. People who have empaths and intuitives, and I attract a lot of them, have a tendency to be very, very anxious people. And that 9 of Pentacles in reverse says that your anxiety can kind of snack on your life force sometimes. And the way to cure that is to build up your confidence in yourself, to kind of lean forward into your own path and into your, this is fun. What a great reading. Holy crap. True love, deserving, present power. We have a consciousness of lack and kindred partnership. I have 2 different scenarios here. I have people who are trying to repair a relationship, and you're asking, when's it done? Interestingly enough, your answer is repair your relationship to self. Purification, alignment. A new person is entering your life. It does not have to be about a romantic relationship. This could be a business relationship. Within yourself is all you need to know. Be generous. Success and emotional fulfillment are yours. Interestingly enough, what you're being asked to do is to consider what your power is truly meant to be used as. A consciousness of lack is sometimes it's that you're very aware that your relationship is not meeting all of your needs. It's not meant to. We're actually meant to meet our own needs. And the person who is there can support us in our own journey. But if you're asking if this is true love, first of all, there's a reason this woman is looking at herself. True love starts with love of self. And it's not about being conceited. It's not about being a narcissist. It's about knowing your value. Telling yourself, I truly deserve to be loved because I am also very good at giving love. Talk to yourself like you're your best friend. Talk to yourself in the way that you would expect to talk to somebody who you love and you support in all things. I think that you lost the ability to focus on your own journey because it is a true love. It is the Kindred Partnership card that you got as well is a soulmate card. But you're trying to make it be all things instead of one thing. And I'm always saying this, I use this over and over again, if life is a pie, our relationships, our romantic relationships in a 6-piece pie is meant to take up about 1 to 2 pieces. And the bulk of our life is actually supposed to be about us, about the lessons that we're learning, about the success we're meant to achieve. And is that about money? No. We measure success from a strange standpoint in our society where we think it's about a bank balance. It's not. It's about everybody has a role to fulfill. Figure out what your role is. Did you forget that you were looking for your own role in support of trying to maintain a relationship or bring a relationship to you? Because your journey is about you. Allow more people into your life because this is Puffin Partnership. Accept yourself and your colorful personality. Feel confident about being you. You are a joy bringer. Let your community nourish and protect you. Ask for help. Teamwork will give you the best results. There may be somebody that you're being asked to form a business relationship with, or one in which you work in a community capacity. You're giving too much of your energy to your relationship, or in support of asking for one. And you're being asked to diversify that, concentrate on something else for a little bit, and apparently, by the way, you're not done. This is a returning energy. The 8 of Cups in the upright is somebody going to seek more. It's a spiritual journey card. It's realizing I don't have what I want, so I need to go look for what I want. And here's the thing, in reverse like that, it is your relationship is returning to you. And the reason you've hit this stumbling block or this period of separation or doubt is because misalignment. Miracles become normal once we face all of the aspects of our life in the same direction. Okay. You're trying to make too much of your life, and it's not codependent energy that I'm picking up here. You're trying to make too much of your life about your partnership. Even if people have, because it's been a season of loss for kind of a long time. People come and go. If you've had a lot of loss, allow more people in. It doesn't mean that they will constantly be departing, but if you've got a pairing, and it could be an energetic pairing, and you're wondering, when does this person get the heck back over here? Focus on your success, and it comes to you very quickly because you had the Scorpio card, which again, this is a timeless reading, but that 30-day marker for the beginning of, you can start looking for it then, is going to healing, healer, healed. Healing energy surrounds you, and this situation, oh my God, you're being asked to focus on finding your own professional purpose. Now, does it have to pay? No, it doesn't, but you don't have enough of your own animating force behind what my journey is. You think of an us, of a we, and you need to think of me and I, and that is not about losing a relationship. You're asking when a difficulty in a relationship or a period of separation is going to end. It's going to heal. Don't doubt that part. and your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. There's something that you're meant to be doing as part of your life's purpose that you're not. You have been focusing on a partnership, on a relationship, on like that idea that like I found my world's best playmate and I want to be with them all the time. And your relationship started to suffer under the strain. And with the Ace of Swords in reverse, like things weren't being communicated as they were happening because the relationship was just bearing too much weight within a life. This ends soon, but you are being asked to encompass new possibilities and new beginnings and to prioritize your own journey and development of self. Friendship. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. Okay, you've gotten community, you've gotten friends, you've gotten be generous and successful and emotional fulfillment are yours. Listen, there's something that is trying to be part of your life and you want to be focused on your relationship and figuring out when's that going to be okay. Everything's fine with that. All you really need to do is focus on within you is all you need to know. You're neglecting your path in trying to figure out a relationship. Go towards your path. Start tapping in. This purification is tapping into guides, asking, what am I meant to be doing? We all have a role we're meant to fulfill. You apparently are a very vibrant person and people are very attracted to you. What's the role that you're meant to be doing with that? This is returning to self after a spiritual journey. And in terms of like what's going on in your love life, hey, could some people be getting a new person? Sure, someone new is entering your life. But love is like, this is not the part that you need to be worrying about. It's like you missed an exit on your life's purpose journey. And you're being asked to go back, review your map. Review where you're meant to be in this journey. Not like where I insist upon going, but what am I meant to be doing? Let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and draw a fortune cookie card because it appears to be like you just want to be a little bit too focused on the worth of this relationship. Major life change. Time is right for major life changes as a new lifestyle or location brings great joy and a trouble-free existence. Tough and trying times. Tough times ahead. Think long-term and make decisions accordingly. Avoid negative people at all costs. Interact with nature or the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. Here's the thing. Your relationship to self is apparently the thing that is really, I think it's what brought about the difficulty within a relationship that you might be asking about. And I really get the sense that this is about an existing relationship because I've got this returning energy. I know I had that new person, but I think it's about friends and potentially like joining forces with somebody to accomplish something in your life's purpose, which I don't think you've been doing for a little bit. And I think that remember, it's a purpose, not a profession. View it as your life's purpose. Whatever it is that you've been called towards doing, it is not just a paycheck. It is about expansion and learning the lessons that you're meant to within this life. When does your period of difficulty end in love? You're so close. You're so close to it almost being over. Like you're repairing everything. But in order to avoid this happening again, because when we get a lesson, if we do not learn it, if we do not repair it, we will repeat it. Lean in on developing your own life more and following your own profession and on your own path. And does that mean you got to be a workhorse and a slave and no. It just means that you might have forgotten that there is something you're meant to be accomplishing in this life. A higher power, not for you, never-ending story. Imagine. To get out of this never-ending story energy. You need to tap back into who you truly are. You are a bright and vibrant person, and apparently you're viewing what, if you have a job right now, if you have a profession, you're viewing it as a paycheck or something that you're doing for your earthly security. It's not. It's a purpose. It's a purpose. Lean into it, consider it that way, and things will improve in the partnership that you're talking about almost effortlessly, truly. So group number 3, interesting reading. In order to solve the problem in your partnership and your love life, allow friends back in and allow expansion in what you're doing in your life. Because like I said, on the road of life, you appear to have missed an exit and you are not leaning in on your purpose quite enough, and it caused the strain in a relationship. If it's present in your life, it's because it became too much to you. And if it's not, if it's an energetic connection that has not made it into the 3D yet, remember, it's not a job, it's a purpose. It's not a job, it's a purpose. Find your purpose. Live in a purposeful energy. And everything's straightening out so soon. Your love life is going to be in 3D apparently very soon indeed. And things will be rectified. To keep this difficulty from occurring again, make sure that you have your own path you are pursuing. Don't always try to walk by somebody's side. You are meant to be paving your own path, okay? All right, so group number 3, that was your reading, and if you'd like to book me for a private reading, I would love to read for you in real life, and there's a link to my website in the description box down below. You're very close to having a much better experience, but lean in on developing your individual one. Welcome back. If you chose pile number 4, then this is your reading. We're asking about when will this end? And we're going to try and figure out what the situation is and what you might need to do to bring something to an end. This is the Modern Day Spellcasters. It's going to be bringing you a predictive spread of the past, the present, and the future with 3 cards each. And then here are some oracle cards to help me try and identify what it is you're asking about, because everybody could be asking about a different situation. I have bison, abundance, sacred buffalo, cloak me in your wisdom, keep me warm through the storms of life. Fill my life with goodness, teach me the way of gratitude and prayer. Spiritual alignment, apparently, is one of the things that's going to help you. I have choices. Oh, okay. This says that making something end is entirely within your power. I have community. I have pig, which is beware of greed. Don't be super money focused. Remember, diamond, you'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. Listen, if you are working in something, don't let money be the focus of it. Let it be what you're contributing to a community, what you can do for the greater world. Money's great and everything, but it's a pretty empty pursuit. And it's not about limiting the amount. Abundance says that you're going to have plenty, but make sure that it's not your motivating force in this. Purpose and a path is the best way to go forward. I have thorns. Weathering the challenge ahead will bring in a new and positive future. Okay, so you're facing challenges. It has felt like you can't make any progress, like you're blocked on something. And it may be because your focus in what you're trying to achieve is not on what you're contributing to a community, but rather on, kind of, I want to say, the less spiritual aspects of success, meaning that you might feel that your anxiety is tamed when you have a certain amount of money in the bank. Remember, it's just money. It's not more important than people. Part of what's wrong with our world is that we overvalue money and we undervalue people. If we valued people so much, the money just would not matter as much. Here we go. Let's go. Remember that money is about security. And trying to gain for the sake of gain will always be an empty pursuit, because it is, at the end of the day, it's just it's just a number in a bank. The rest of your life is what matters. Your connections, your feelings about what you do, where you're going with your life, what you feel is important in life, and what you feel is you're contributing to the greater whole. All right, I have 8 of Swords in reverse. with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, okay, your spiritual journey has been slightly disrupted. And it is by the Seven of Swords in the upright. That can be lies, deceit, manipulation. It's the Robber's card. It's the Lone Wolf card. Feeling like you have to do everything by yourself in the past has led to you, oh, there's the, you're worried about money. Five of Pentacles in the upright with the Four of Wands in the upright. The Knight of Swords in reverse. This can be about contentment and security. The Knight of Swords in reverse is not making the progress as swiftly as you want to. When will this end? When you readjust your attitude around why you're trying to gain. Why do you want abundance? Is it because I'm terrified that I can't pay my bills? I'm terrified I won't have enough to eat. I'm worried about money. I want a certain amount of money so I can buy a certain kind of house and a certain kind of car. Listen, they'll only make you happy for a little bit. That's the problem with looking towards possessions for emotional fulfillment, is that everything shiny and new is sooner or later something we're simply used to. Don't look for your happiness in material goods. And that's not the same thing as saying that you can't have them. It is fine to really appreciate lovely things. Just don't make them the focus of your life or the point of what you're doing. I have the King Cups in reverse. Yoza. Two of Pentacles in reverse with the Hierophant in reverse. So the future is interesting. Prioritize your emotional world over your physical concerns. I'm going to keep going with this because it's an interesting energy to me. Listen, two stayed behind, and I'm going to pick them both up because, first of all, whenever that happens, it's very unusual because it's like I never see it when it's happening. You have new connections coming into you. Your progress is going to become very swift indeed. Please, 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 please. Remember, the reason that you are doing something in a community fashion, in a financial fashion, trying to achieve something, your choices around how you view financial security need a little bit of an adjustment. Everybody wants to be safe and secure. But make sure that your real point in what you're doing is, you know what? I want to learn the lessons that my soul wants to for this lifetime. I want to find my spiritual development. I want to contribute something to this greater world that is suffering so much. Make sure that your motives are, here we go, happy success with new beginnings, happy success. This is wonderful. Can I get one more? You have a very successful energy around this. If you haven't been making the financial deception, be careful with this, discovery, fear. Gosh, I don't think this is very related. That has to do with, there is this narcissist in the past who has had an influence on your life. I'm not taking these for the they're there. Just remember, discovering truth will allay your fears. There's somebody in your background, could have been a romantic pairing, could have been a parent, could have been a partner, who, like, their idea of, I think they were just wrong-headed about the point of money. This Five of Pentacles is like fear and being grasping, and remember, you've got like a lot coming to you. This is a very successful energy overall, but if you don't feel like you've been moving forward as much as you're meant to, abundance is yours, but you're being asked to remember that, like, that's not actually the point of what you're doing. And if it feels like, I thought I'd be doing better by now, it has nothing to do with not getting what you're supposed to. It is that your attitude towards why you're doing something, it needs to be ever so slightly better balanced towards, because it is what I'm meant to be doing. New career. Your work focus is shifting in a positive, new, and successful direction. Healing, healed, healer. Interesting. I got, like, these are two cards that have already appeared in this reading. I was shuffling, so I'm not concerned that they're not meant to be here. Your work focus needs to shift. If you are, think about why you do what you do. Really, what's at the root of it? What good can you do for your community? We have the ability to, there we go, be careful of greed. I'm telling you, there's something around monetary gain that you think it will make you feel safe, and it won't. It won't. If you had that great big bag balance that you're envisioning, you would discover that your fear is, oh, that's what the deception and the fear card was. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, let's get this out here again for the moment. Your focus on money is about fear. You are not actually a greedy person at all. You're concerned about deprivation. You look around the world at you. You'll be receiving or giving a precious gift. All right. So, whatever it is you do for a living, it's something that can benefit people. And you don't view it that way. New life, wow. New beginnings and new life. Lots of new things are stirring for you. And I'm going to try and it's in an attitude adjustment. So with the timing cards, it's like, when will it end? And repeat things to yourself. We can program ourselves. We can reprogram ourselves after difficulty. Keep telling yourself, my success is about my purpose. My success is about my contribution to the greater world. My success is not about money. My success is about abundant living. My success is about abundant living. More will come to me when I view success as something that brings me joy rather than makes me safe. And that's what it is, because you're working from a place of fear around success. It makes you hold on to things like you're just hyper focused on like, am I building the right amount of savings? Do I have the right investments? And that's fine. It will not make you happy. It will not make you happy. I have repair. Making amends rather than fun times reveals a relationship's true constitution. Enough. You were born enough. Hey, listen. You might have come from a very financially unstable background, because this Eight of Pentacles in reverse and this Eight of Swords in reverse, you, honest to goodness, you've got to make contribution to the greater whole, the focus of why you're doing something. And it doesn't matter. Your success is pretty much guaranteed here, over and over again. But it's holding you back from happiness. You apparently have a partnership as well, potentially in a professional capacity, that is going to aid that. And apparently it's going to be lucrative enough that you're receiving this reminder of, it's not about the money, it's not about the money, it's not about the money. Magical gateway and pure intention. Okay. Woo! It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. Leave the past behind. Like, even if you didn't have enough to eat growing up, even if like the telephone kept getting turned off because your parents weren't paying the bill, even if you have had reasons to be genuinely frightened about your security, accept that that is not the point of what you are doing here. There is no amount of money that will make you truly fulfilled. Pure intention, the fairy manifestation, will help you to use your wishes wisely, manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. Hey, when will this end? And I think it's a period of like, I don't feel like I'm making enough money. I'm not having the progress that I feel. And by the way, inner child is there as well. This is making time for playing. Don't just work. Your focus in what you're doing, because I think it's about, when am I going to get that job? When am I going to have financial increase? When will, you're afraid about money. With this Five of Pentacles in the upright, this is an anxiety card, and you don't feel like things are moving as swiftly forward as you want them to. You feel like the divine promised you something and is not delivering. And the divine is like, you know what, we are. It's just that please stop focusing on your bank balance. You're old enough, you're wise enough, you've lived enough to understand that like money both comes and goes. Be generous with it, be kind, and be kind to yourself as well. And know that it has never been, nor will it ever be, the thing that will make you happy. Because you kind of like, I think you want, like, you're not Scrooge McDuck or anything. You're not a greedy person. You're seeking safety through security. What you're doing is about contribution to the greater whole. And that is not the same thing as saying, so you will be eating ramen, be happy. Quite the contrary. Apparently, you have a lot of monetary success that is available to you. Please don't think that that is the worth of what you're doing. I have planning. Now is the time to lay down the foundations for your future. Financial gains are more than likely. Hey, so group number 4. You are wondering, like, when is this changing? Imminently. It is a shift in mindset. It is not about personal gain. And you're not a greedy person, but like something about the past means that like you take comfort in the idea of money. And like, hey, it's a monetary world. It's important. Don't let it be your focus on what you're doing, please. And the reason being that it detracts from your overall experience. It detracts from your path. And if you're not like seeing the gain, the success, the progress, because I think you've been told over and over again, hey, your success is guaranteed. And you're like, well, where is it? It's here. It's here already. Don't make it about the money. A lot of money is coming your way. A lot of money is coming your way. And because you associate it with emotional fulfillment and making you safe, you're being reminded that that's not the point of it. You know what money exists for? To accomplish things. That's what it's for. It is to do good in your life and in the life of others. And yes, it's important to feel secure, but don't get carried away here. You are part of a greater whole. You are simply part of a community. Be generous with your time, with your energy. You're wondering where your financial gain is, I think, where your abundance is. And you're like, hey, what's the frickin' holdup? I put in all the effort, I put in the time. I'm practically breaking my own back over here. And all that you're being reminded of is, okay, but that's not the point. That's not the point here. Let's get one more card and go ahead and close this guy out, because that's all you need to do. When will it end? As soon as you just start repeating to yourself, I will always have more than enough. I am provided for as I pursue my purpose. I will always have more than enough. I cannot let money be my focus. Let contribution be my focus. Let purpose be my guiding path. Opening to your spiritual source, and then distant thunder, clear the air. First light, beginning a new cycle. When does this end? As soon as you recognize that your focus on money comes from the past and from fears of the past and seeking safety and security, and that it's making you hold on to things and focus on the wrong things as you pursue something. You have a gift that you share with others. Let that be your focus, and know that if you don't change your mindset, will that keep holding up your success? Not really. But you will feel much, much happier. You already live in this energy, Weathering the challenges ahead will bring in a new and positive future. I don't think this is ahead. I think that you have not been able to make the progress that you want to. And you're asking, like, when does the barrier get removed? It's not going to be there any longer. They're asking to be heard, but they're not holding you back. All right, group number 3, that was your reading. When does this end? Just remember, money's not the point. Purpose is the point. Take care. Be well.